Welcome to another episode of I Am Nano.
Putting the I in I Am Nano, I'm your host, Irfani.
And I am your other host, Monica.
And today, we will be talking about changing colors using electricity.
Yes, precisely. The color tuning part comes from what is called a Chiral Ferroelectric Nematic Liquid Crystal, or LC, liquid crystal, abbreviated to that. So there's about 4 different terms in that we need to break down, right, Irfani?
There's quite a bit.
And, yeah. So chiral, that means asymmetric mirror images. Best example being your left and right hand. Hold them side by side. They mirror each other, but stack them one on top of the other. They don't match up.
And then for liquid crystals, it is a state that flows like a liquid, but has some degree of ordering in the arrangement of its molecules. So when you hear the term LCD, that means liquid crystal display. So there are molecules everywhere, and we can tune their arrangement using electric or magnetic fields for them to give out different colors.
Right. And we can specify different types of liquid crystals. And in the lit update for today, we're talking about very specifically ferroelectric nematic liquid crystals.
So in 2020, physicists at the University of Colorado Boulder were the first ones to observe a new phase of matter in liquid crystals, and it's called the ferroelectric nematic phase, and it was predicted first to exist 100 years ago. A long time ago.
Yeah, 100 years ago was the theory, and now finally we're getting the actual experiment proving the theory or hypothesis. And so things take time.
Yeah.
And
100 years, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. And so overall, nematic liquid crystals display an odd mix of fluid and solid-like behavior, and a ferroelectric nematic liquid crystal is a bit more organized, so a little organized level above that. So within specific patches or domains, all of the molecules in the ferroelectric nematic LC point in the same direction. And this phenomenon is known as polar ordering.
And now this behavior was discovered in an organic molecule known as RM743. And in today's lit update, researchers from Kent State University showcase the electrical, optical, and electro-optical studies of a ferroelectric nematic LC material doped with commercially available chiral dopants.
Yes, exactly. And I know it's a mouthful, but this research is very important because the fast switchable reflection color at low electric fields has potential applications for liquid crystal displays without a backlight, smart windows, shutters, and also e-papers.
E-papers, electronic paper, which also known sometimes as electronic ink, e-ink, or electrophoretic display are display devices that mimic the appearance of ordinary ink on paper.
Yes, and the overall gist of the work is that a polar, rod-shaped liquid crystal that possesses ordinary nematic and ferroelectric nematic phases, it can form what is known as chiral nematic and chiral ferroelectric nematic phases when it's doped with commercially available nonpolar chiral dopants.
And the phases used were called NF and N star. And it was observed that the NF phase of pure RM734 is monotropic. The NF phase is enantiotropic, indicating a chirality-induced stabilization of the polar nematic order.
And basically, this is trying to put together that the NF phase in the RM734 molecule, it was in a mixture, and that finally they found that a mixture worked best, and it exhibits selective reflection in the visible wavelength, so what we can see with our naked eye in the color spectrum. And they've observed remarkably that this is reversibly tunable by 0.02 to 0.1 volts per micron. And that's in plane electric fields. And that accounts for the various color changes that are observed throughout the paper and throughout the work.
So basically, that's really important because reversible tuning of the reflection color of chiral nematic liquid crystals by electric fields has long been a holy grail of the liquid crystal display applications.
Yes, exactly. And these data demonstrate values that are 100 times smaller than those conventional N-star materials,
Right. Even though the current material is tunable only at elevated temperatures, in the future, room temperature ferroelectric materials are expected to show similar low electric field driven, fast tuning selective reflection of visible light in the NF phase.
Yes, and that is usually the case with something groundbreaking. When you look at the conditions, they're not always so practical. So getting things down to, a temperature that can be mass marketed, that would be good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why in the industry you have an entire R&D department to really focus and hone in on an actual working invention, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, everything is going to take some time.
Takes lots of time. Yeah, it's research. Research.
That's what research is. All right. Well, that is all, Nana, for today. Take care.
And stay curious.